Today's sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Chase Brown, 42 yards. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing now is Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7-yard gain. And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. Got a man. That's Ayuk. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To the air, Allen. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. An 8-yard pickup. Allen going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
56, 56.
Now Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Alert! Hey, tight. Alert! Hey, hold. Hey, alert! We go.
Now Allen. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen now looks to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Allen going to audible to a different look.
Again, 11 on the play. 1st down, Buffalo.
From midfield, here's Allen. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 49 yards. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And some room to work. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 62 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw, it's Allen. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
180. 11.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Burrow will throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
First and
11,
10
11, 11.
15-yard line.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Mike Gesicki, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Here's Allen. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Allen from the gun on third down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 65 yards. And the Bills are back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. ball too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
On 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 empty.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
11.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
3rd down, here's Brown. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo. A lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Dexter Lawrence busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Inside the 20. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. And even 70 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in. Knocking on the doorstep down the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement. Go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. Davis. A Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Big one coming in this divisional round playoff, third and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1. They'll run with Davis. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Ray Davis taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
12, 11, Thomas. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. So after the INT, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half.
Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point, and now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
From the gun, it's Allen. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
319!
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
It's a gain of 3, and the Bills first down.
All 52. Go.
Now this time, Allen will throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 52 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead here this third quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And the Bengals
11.
first down.
Here we go.
First and
11.
10 at the
Right,
49-yard line.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11.
it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far,
Here we go.
it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And Burrow going to throw again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They run it with P. Ryan on first down. He gets him a little bit closer. Takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Just set. Big 13. Big 13. 11.
Now Burrow changing things up here.
Stop.
And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. T. Higgins from 3 yards out. And the Bengals have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth. And who's going to make the play that changes that? That maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there. But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts.
The defense here, they're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Motion man is Shakir. Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
First down, Bills.
56. Hey, home. Alert! 5 wide. What's that?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air, Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Gun. Cut.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the mid.
You can hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
180. 180 shot.
From midfield now, Burrow. He'll try and do this himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert. Today's sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
What's happening here? It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field.
And remember, here on a miss, this is a live football. And he is finally going to be taken down. What a smart play there to corral to this field goal and bring it back. A nice return.
And the Bengals first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow.
Got a man, it's Brown. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Look that one. And they made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
McPherson's kick is good.
Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Allen. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Oh, his first throw of his playoff matchup is intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And the Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Dad! Dad! What? Dad!
Running right, here's Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown, 22 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
At the 41-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for Bills. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Allen again. Allen going to run with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle.